Hi there everyone, MTast here, bringing you another episode of Crucible School. So today, we're going to be talking about Rumble. It is a playlist that a lot of people avoid because they find it very difficult, and I want to try and shed some light on some little tips, little tactics, and things that can definitely improve your game and your ability to play Rumble effectively. One of my favorite things to do is to hold down an area that I feel comfortable in. It's very, very difficult to survive in this sort of game mode when you're running around the entire map because it opens you up to shots from all angles. You don't have team support, and you are alone out here. By holding down a familiar area, you can use the geography of it to really gain an advantage over some of the players that are rushing in. Unfortunately, even at the rate I was killing people at the beginning of this game, I was still overrun. It was a happy balance between camping and holding down an area though. By staying there too long, you are becoming a bit of a target, and players tend to gravitate towards the bodies, so you put a bit of a target on your head if you stay in the area too long. Now, my next tip is get a lead early. Of course, there's multiple things that might stop that from happening, but having a super advantage early can change the game completely. It gives you options. In this clip, I was completely surrounded, but I was able to aggressively and confidently push into the middle of the map and make things happen, simply because I had an advantage over every other player at this stage in the game. Not only is an early super kills, it also means you can secure heavy. Rumble is a very snowbally game, and securing something like the first heavy and having the first super makes it very, very difficult for anyone to compete or even catch up to you at this point. You get free kills from the next set of heavy, and you get your super again, snowballing nearly out of control. Because of how important heavy is, people flock to it like crazy. Before you go grab it, make sure you kill off the stragglers. There's no point dying instantly after grabbing heavy. Now for my last tip, before I show you a gameplay and put it all together, is you need to scramble. In this situation, I run out of ammo, and the only reason I survive is because of a clutch throwing knife. You need to be prepared in these situations, because it happens a lot in Rumble. Getting a kill or two, check your radar. If you have no one around, take the time to reload all of your weapons. Make sure you're ready to go and have all your ammo for any situation that might come in the future. Now let's jump into a gameplay. When you start a Rumble game, the first thing you want to do is find a solid area to hold down. I personally like this part on Burning Shrine because it has great spawns, good areas, and it gives you some options to run away if need be. So, after that first kill, my goal is to find more people to slay. I want to get this done, get my super going, and really start the game flowing nicely. At this point, I'm able to pick off a spawner simply because I am prepped and ready to go. I have learned the spawns on this map very extensively, and as soon as I see someone on the radar, I have a pretty damn good idea where it is. This just comes from practice, and it definitely is something you need to learn. Respawns in Rumble are very different than Control and Skirmish. You don't have teammates influencing the spawns, and they are very aggressive spawns. Sometimes they'll be right beside you. Now, let's move on to something else. Here is a situation which you already saw. I got killed. And why did I get killed? Because I got pinched by two different players. Simply because I was in the same part of the map for way too long, I wasn't rotating, and I got caught. So, what do we do from here? We need to find an area to hold down now. There's no point running all the way across the map, so I try to stick in this little area until I have a safe route to get back to where I like. I've got people spawning along the way, and I need to pick them off bit by bit until I can get into a comfortable area. I know that heavy's coming up soon, and it's time to start moving. At this point, I've got a super, and I can really roam around. So, after getting another free kill here, I decide, let's use this thing so that the next one can get building. This could have been a very, very nice triple if I had played this a little bit better, but unfortunately, this player is very smart and drops down, and I don't get the sexy triple I was looking for. So, this point in the game, heavy is about to spawn. It spawns at 7 minutes as opposed to 9 and 6 like in the other game modes. You need to actively be thinking, how do I get to this spawn? How do I secure it? And how do I get that heavy to snowball my lead? In this situation, I recognize there's most likely someone on the other side of the heavy. I realize he's to the right of me, and I choose to take him out and secure this safely versus trying to rush in and steal it from him. This heavy allows me to be extremely aggressive, pushing in on the other one and stopping him from having it. This allows me to continue being aggressive, having no real threat of an other heavy taking me out or anything other than a really nice snipe or a super or something like that. Having that heavy is a massive advantage, as I said before, so being able to shut down the other one is an awesome way to keep this advantage going without a massive threat. So, what is the game plan now? I've only got one rocket left, and I've decided I want to save this for a panic situation. At this point, I realize I'm potentially going to get pinched here, so I decide it is probably best to use it now. I've got a couple people here, one on the left, one on the right that I know is going to be up the stairs soon, and I throw out a proximity, get the kill, and choose to flank around the other player here. I've got my super, and I don't want to waste time having it when I'm not using it. Supers are very powerful in this game, and if you're wasting time having it in your inventory, you are wasting time. I actually spawn kill the guy I just killed with it because I move around the map and am very aggressive with it. Now, here's a situation where I am in a panic. The only reason I survived there was with a clutch throwing knife again, and at this point I'm throwing grenades, running, and just trying to stay alive. Really actively think, how can I stay alive here? How can I play it safe and get kills at the same time? It's a very big balance, but if you keep practicing, you will win and you will like Rumble. I mean, even if you're the best player in the world, Rumble can be annoying. You can see in these clips that sometimes things just don't work out in your favor. You get a little salty, and even though this video here is the same one at the beginning of the game where I was dominating, it can turn around very quickly. Don't get too hard on yourself, and please try to have fun out there. If you're having issues with some positive thinking, check out my video on tilt on my personal channel. It might just help you. Thanks so much for having me. Thanks for listening. Let me know if you enjoyed this. And once again, I will see you soon, my friends. Bye-bye.